How's it going? So Travis recently did a live stream from Salem, Missouri, and he discussed a number of things. One of the things that he discussed is he sort of compared the length of the trial between Williston, North Dakota, and I can never get the name of the town in Louisiana, Natchitoches. So he discussed those differences, and let's go ahead and see what he said.
Here, I always have the legal problem in the back of my head as I move further north. The way it sounds, it sounds like my lawyer has things organized, and he's just he's got arguments in his head that I think he's put down on he's put down in motions or something as well. There has not been any new motions for weeks, and he took care of everything right away based on the information he got, and pretty much the transcripts that he's received have only confirmed what he's already known for weeks now, and that would be now made available for the appeals court, pretty much, if they have any questions. So it's just a matter of working this through. And my Williston arrest lasted almost a year.
What's the problem? What's the crime?
I need your ID.
And
you need
for...
to leave.
Okay. What is it? Do I stay here or do I leave?
Lasted 11 months fighting. And how long has this been going on with Natchitoches?
Every time
So
I've
like
asked
I
other
said,
cops, they
I'm
never
also
give
with the
me
Nash
their...
Police Department. We got called by a
videos.
suspicious person. You're matching that identity.
Yeah,
You're
the
matching
green-
the clothing description.
green
Where's your
sweater.
name?
There's no crime.
Okay. Now you're under arrest.
Okay, let me set this down. All right, a little forceful.
Natchitoches were just getting warmed up here, all right, since January, February, March, April, May. So 4 months. That's it. Willis. It's over. I was convicted right away, but that doesn't mean that this case is over with. All right. In Williston, it took 11 months for the case to get dismissed. There was no conviction and then appeal. That's a costly process. I'm glad every state doesn't have this Louisiana process where you get convicted by city court right away, and then you have to go through the appeals court. You get absolutely no public defender for an appeals court, as far as I understand. I wouldn't get one. But there's similarities and there's differences between North Dakota and Louisiana. Like in North Dakota, I asked for a free lawyer twice and was denied twice by Judge Zander and the other judge, Judge Wilder, and let's see, it's very similar in circumstances to what Judge Owsley said. All right, like they just in North Dakota, these two judges both looked at my application. They decided too. It wasn't decided at a public defender's office. It was decided by the judges, and they said that I look like I make enough money, and I was a lot more poor too. So that gave me a lesson on how city judges' attitudes are towards getting court-appointed attorneys, and that's what I expected Judge Owsley to give me problems too with the court-appointed attorney issue, and I'm in the habit of not asking right away for a court-appointed attorney. I want to submit paperwork first so that I steer the court-appointed attorney in the right direction. You get the court-appointed attorney before the trial, but that failed for me. Yeah, it was. I'm glad I had the training that I did. I thought Idaho was tough. I thought Colorado was tough.
Control right here.
I'm in control.
No, you're not.
I'm doing an investigation
No,
myself.
you are
Not an investigator though.
I'm investigating.
Okay,
What do you
no,
mean?
I'm here. You will need to give me your name.
You need to tell me when that.
I don't need to tell you anything.
Then I don't need to tell you
Yes,
anything.
You do.
Yes, you do.
No, Mr. Heinze, I am not going to argue with you.
I'm not gonna argue.
Okay,
If you're not,
Mr. Heinze, you need to provide me your date of birth by Colorado state law or lawful ID. Otherwise, you will be arrested for obstruction of justice.
justice.
you need to provide.
No.
You're obstructing my investigation.
You are not an investigator, though. You are just a private citizen.
I'm investigating
Okay, Mr.
this
Heinze, you need
information.
to provide-
Provide me your information.
Provide me that information.
Okay, this is your last warning. You'll be arrested for obstruction warning. You're under arrest now.
Okay.
But then it got tougher. It got tougher in North Dakota, but then it got super easy in Missouri. But then it got tough again, and it's currently tough in Louisiana. But yeah, you have to what the city judge's limits were in North Dakota were that I think I needed to do an arraignment. The city judges were able to do arraignments in North Dakota. I couldn't avoid a city judge on arraignment, and the approval of a free lawyer. Those two were the major parts of my criminal case in North Dakota, with both my charges. And then I transferred to the district court, so I was able to just ask to go to district court and ask for a jury. So that was that. But you can't. Yeah, but in North Louisiana, the city court does everything. So he decides on arraignments and free lawyer. But not only that, he decides your fate too. He decides he has to do a bench trial. Like even if the city court in Louisiana didn't want to hear my case, didn't want to go through a trial with me, they had no choice because it's the law. It's like I don't have a choice. He don't have a choice. We just got to go through it. And of course, a typical city judge is going to make it miserable for you. So I could avoid city judges in the past in other states, but I couldn't in Louisiana. And that's what makes their legal system so much more difficult, because it's almost you're just working towards getting things on record, and the city court process. You're just working on getting things on record, because it's not going to go good for you unless you're related to the judge or something. Unless you're a cop yourself, it's not going to go good for you. So you just get everything on record for the appeals court, because the appeals I'm practically like in the process now, where now my case is transferred to district court in a way. Similar to North Dakota, where I had the case taken out of city court and put in the district court. Now I should be out of city court. Maybe I'm not, but let's assume that I am, and I'm in now a higher court, which is what I've always wanted to be in.